1980s, it was Tom Selleck, Harrison Ford, and fucking Kurt Russell. And that was the guy you were aspiring to be.
Clear!
Clear?
Yeah, well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.
Hey everybody, Ryan McDonald here with another episode of Hot Sauce and Chill, and we are on day 7 of our Advent Calendar Challenge for hot sauce. Let's go ahead and deep dive right in. Now, let's go ahead and grab our little favorite bag of hot sauce out of our Advent Calendar. And like I said, I wish it was bottles, but hey, beggars can be choosers. Now, as I mentioned before, I'm a hot sauce maker myself. You can find my stuff at Etsy at Tasty as Fuck Hot Sauce. We have multiple different flavors: jalapeno, habanero, Carolina Reaper, and ghost pepper as well. And I'm an independent filmmaker. You can find me at Instagram at ryan.mcdonald.filmmaker or on YouTube at the New Ogden Cinema channel. And today we have Nago Dracula. Not sure how to say that. Probably wasn't a very good image either. It sounds hot though. Let's see how spicy it is. A little bit of a fight with that one. Now, I've been kind of open about how I'm not the biggest fan of the flavor of this sauce pack. However, they are a bit spicy depending. This one looks like it's going to be a good pour. Nice and runny, probably very vinegary. Not a lot of sugar or gum kind of holding it together. Cheers. Taste isn't bad. Kind of has an orange flavor to it, surprisingly. Unless the spice is going to kick in the background. Not very spicy. Had a very complex name for something a little mild as it is. Going in for round 3. I don't like wasting hot sauce, so. Nah, that's pretty bland. Pretty bland. Day 7. What a bummer. All right, let's deep dive into our movie. Okay, as it is getting December time, and depending on the state you live in or part of the world, it's probably getting absolutely cold, and there is nothing that's going to remind you of that more than The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. Now, if you have not seen this movie's from the 80s, so it is about 40-something years old. If you have not seen this movie, you are absolutely missing out on the top-of-the-line sci-fi horror monster movies of all time, and that is a guarantee that you can take home. Starring Kurt Russell. It's an all-male cast, directed by John Carpenter, about a team of scientists who are a team of scientists who are in Antarctica, and they find something in the snow that comes from maybe hundreds of thousands of years ago, and it is an alien being that starts replicating each one of them in the most gruesome fashion. Starring Kurt Russell, which, by the way, Kurt Russell in the 1980s, Kurt Russell's a badass, but Kurt Russell in the 1980s was a fucking badass, and there was nothing more manlier than Kurt Russell. In the 1980s, it was Tom Selleck, Harrison Ford, and fucking Kurt Russell, and that was the guy you were aspiring to be. When you're growing up. All right, maybe Stallone and Schwarzenegger and Van Damme. We'll get in that later. But there are some phenomenal moments in this movie. Mostly, not only the performance is great, and it's really cool to have a movie that is kind of an all one gender cast, kind of like The Women, having all women in it, but The Thing having all men. John Carpenter does a phenomenal job at the directing, and also the score is pitch perfect. He scores. All right, so maybe that sauce was a little bit hotter than I thought it was. But the real showcase of this film is going to be the special effects. The special effects are something that you have not seen before. They are incredible, and in so many sad ways, we do not see them again. Seeing special effects in this movie are going to make you hate CGI forever.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
It is that good. The special effects in this film and things that they're able to pull off with the monster effects are insane, which makes it, again, one of the top sci-fi monster horror movies of all time. It does not necessarily get better than this. Now, an interesting fact, or something that I think is interesting, in John Carpenter's film Halloween, because this movie is a remake. It was originally a black and white film, The Thing from Outer Space. In John Carpenter's movie Halloween, there's a moment where the characters in that movie are watching a film for Halloween night, and they are watching The Thing from Outer Space, the original. And also in the movie Halloween, there's a moment where it's like, he's a boogeyman, he's a boogeyman, he's a boogeyman. Now, skip forward in time, and Rob Zombie goes to remake. So then John Carpenter remakes The Thing, which is already featured in his movie Halloween. Then Rob Zombie goes to remake Halloween, but he'd already used that song. Sorry, it is hot, actually, now that I think about it. That sauce was hot. Rob Zombie uses the boogeyman thing from the Halloween movie into his song Boogeyman, and then Rob Zombie remakes the movie Halloween as well. I may have lost my train of thought. Anyways, check out The Thing by John Carpenter. It is so good. Again, today is Saturday, December 7th. If there's still time, head over to the Newgate Mall. If you are in the Ogden, Utah, or Weber County area, head over to Quilted Bear, where you will find Burn Your Tongue, the Utah hot sauce leader, doing hot sauce tastings, over 50 hot sauces as well. And grab a bottle of hot sauce for someone that you love for Christmas. If you can't find us there, so that's the hot sauce tasting. You can always find Tasty as Fuck hot sauce on SU.com. And we have hundreds of sales and 5-star reviews. So definitely check us out there. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow.